That simply means an environment will be created where people will feel free to be vulnerable. They know that it could be a mistake, but they are free to do that. This is a condition we are talking about. And mind you, it's a belief, so it's in the mind. As you said, perception. Nobody will see perception moving, but it's in the brain. So it's good that we work on the brain when it comes to some of these things so that we don't get it wrong. Remember, brain is the machine for all that we do. Now, why has this become so important? Now watch. In 2012, Google of all people, they set out to answer this important question. What makes successful team? Google had wanted to find out in 2012 what makes successful team. Now they named the research that they carried out Google Project Aristotle. Google Project Aristotle. And the reason why they took this term is that the name Google's Project Aristotle came from the Greek philosophers Aristotle's quote. Aristotle has a quote, and they think that this research must be named after that man because of that particular quote. And the quote reads, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts." The whole is greater than sum of its parts. I want to wait for people to ask me for this, then I'll answer them. So let's move on. Now, this research took 2 years to finish. Now, they discovered 5 components that are found in high-performing teams. That if teams that are performing very well, what are their secrets? Now, the first thing that came out is psychological safety. This was followed by dependability. To what extent can I depend on Yao as a colleague in the team? Then structure and clarity. When systems are put in place, do we have the correct lines for reporting, how grievances are resolved, and all these things? It became third. The next one was meaning of work. What does a radio means to Yao? What does a radio means to James Addison? Right? People have so many motivations to do a particular work, but it must be a right motivation. For instance, there must be a passion for it. And somebody will say, Mr. Addison, I don't have the passion for it. You find yourself there, so enhance it. You want to be, you did not want to be in a radio, but luckily for you, you did something, and then you have been picked at a radio station. Enhance that particular thing. Look out for how people do their presentations. I mean, you watch other people, get some mentors before you realize the passion has been enhanced. So it's not always that you will find your passion easily, but there's the need wherever you find yourself to grow.
Whatever your hands find to do it well with all your heart.
The last one was impact of work. Some people work not just because of the money, but the impact they are making. So this is a team, and the team is saying that the impact that our job is making on the people, that is our joy, and that is what keeps us to become better performance in the team. Now note, out of these 5, psychological safety was not deemed only to be the most important, but also the foundation for all this. That when people feel safe in their mind, that where I am working, I have the liberty to make a mistake, and I will not be criminalized for that mistake, because out of the mistake will come a valuable lesson that will help the company in the near future. Anybody that is not making any mistake is not doing anything at all. It's very, very important that we know them. Now,
as you talk about making mistakes and feeling free to make mistakes, there's a question that comes to my mind, but I'll write it down for when we get into it.
Thank you very much. Okay, good. Now, let me put up some few statistics for people to know that what we are talking about is a very serious issue. Now, 30% of employees' potential is locked to organization when they don't feel safe at work. 30 good percent. Now, it is also 16% higher, right? 16 times harder to get the certified customers back than to look for a new one. That means if you are in an organization and people don't feel safe and they therefore behave unruly towards customers, it's likely that you're going to find it difficult 16 times for that person to come back than to go and look for a new one.
And this is based on research?
Yes, based on research. Now, the psychological state of an employee is directly proportional to productivity. Now, when people feel safe, creativity increase, discretionary effort increase. They don't only do what they are supposed to do. They go that extra mile to do that because they know that they can have an idea, they want to try it, an initiative, they are allowed to do these things. And it's very, very important for companies. Now, 60% of absenteeism at the workplace is attributed to psychological unsafeness. at the workplace. So people may go for sick leave and all those kind of things, not because they are really sick, but there is somebody at work, they can't afford